What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your Diva in Knowledge, Lady Mocha, represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. And on tonight's menu, I'm going to be serving you my infamous Maryland's hot crab dip. I tell y'all, once I started learning how to make my own crab dip, it definitely changed the game for me. The only time I would ever really be able to taste some if me and my husband going out to a restaurant and they have it as an appetizer on the menu. And once I started learning how to make my own crab dip, I have never ordered any more from another restaurant. Now, what I like about the crab dip is it actually makes a good dish when it comes to an appetizer. Whether if you're doing a get together or a baby shower, bridal shower, any type of, small party type of event or even a large party type of event, this type of dish really comes in handy because it's different. It beats the typical, crackers and cheese with ham, the little mini cut sandwiches, or the chips and French onion dip. What I like about the crab dip is that it tastes so good, and then it is warm, it's hot, and what I like about it is you can put any type of crackers, pita, I think that's what I'm calling them, but pita chips, crackers, potato chips. You can put anything, even Tostitos, with the crab dip, which makes it even more phenomenal because you have so many different things you can choose from. Not to mention, you can also use small pieces of garlic bread. They have the mini size garlic bread that's really small, y'all, where all you have to do is toast them. That way your guests can dip the mini garlic toasties, inside of the dip. So it's a phenomenal dish, and I get it with COVID going around. All you have to do is make a big bowl of it and just get some disposable cups and have everybody scoop, the dip into the disposable cups. That way they can dip from their own disposable cups. If COVID is a concern for you, because I get it, everybody doesn't like to dip behind other people as they're eating and dipping. So anyway, I wanted to go ahead and present this tonight to y'all because, like I said, this is one of my favorite dishes. I love crab. I absolutely love crab. I love crab cakes. I love crab pies. I love crab salad. I am totally obsessed with crab. Those of you who don't like crab or you're allergic to crab, don't worry. There are substitutes in the event for those who cannot eat it, So, I'm going to go ahead on and just give y'all all of the ingredients, and as we go along, I'm going to explain how much you're going to need for each ingredient. So first things first, you're going to need 1 pack of 8-ounce block cream cheese. Please make sure it's not the one that's already whipped. Don't try to cheat. Get the regular block cheese out room temperature. You don't want to use this while it's really cold. You want it to be a little mushy, warm, just a little warm, room temperature. Okay, 1/2 cup of sour cream, 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, 1 1/4 cup shredded cheese. It's better if you shred your own cheese, but y'all, I'm cheating tonight. I don't feel like doing all that extra work, but on a good day, if I was making it for like an event, I would actually shred my cheese, but it's still good either way. You can use whatever cheese you want, but I have the extra sharp shredded cheese, and I have Swiss shredded and taco blend shredded cheese. So you can use whatever cheese as far as what's your preference. 1/2 teaspoon of ground mustard. This gives it a little flavor. 1 teaspoon lemon juice. Also 1 3/4 cups of the Old Bay seasoning. Black folks, we got to have our Old Bay seasoning up in there. 2 teaspoons of the Worcestershire. I don't know how the hell to pronounce it, but y'all get it. You're going to need 2 teaspoons. I can never pronounce it, but I always have to use it for something. This is one of those ones that you only use like once a year. I don't use it a whole lot. Now, your meats, the most important part, you're going to need 1 pound of fresh lump crab meat. Now, keep in mind, you have different types of crab meat. You have your claw, which is this one here. See how it looks a little darker? This is your claw crab meat. It usually comes from the smallest part of the crab. It's not as meaty to me. It tastes a little shredded. You don't have to use this unless you want to. It's just that I don't want my crab claw meat to go bad. I already used most of it out the jar, and I had to add this in tonight's recipe so the rest of it doesn't go bad, because crab meat is expensive. But the main thing you need is really just a container of the crab meat, the lumpy crab meat. This is the lumpy crab meat, except it's just shredded. But you can tell the difference with the lump crab meat because it's more lumpier and meatier. And that's really one I would prefer you to get. But they didn't have it, so I have to work with what I had. The grocery store was out of the lab company. Now, for those of you who cannot eat crab, don't worry. You have what's called Crab Supreme Imitation Crab, flake style. Get the flaky style because you can easily shred it, okay? Now, those of us who are real crab eaters, crab lovers, we know fake crab meat when we taste it. But let me tell you something. You can still make it happen. You can manipulate the taste buds by throwing in the imitation crab meat with the real crab meat. Not to mention, it also helps to stretch it out. So let's say if you don't want to go through your whole container, you can use half of it and just shred it in with your imitation crab meat, and then you can throw that in a dip as well. So, like I said, it's all about improvising. You got to know how to make it happen. Now tonight, I'm going to be doubling all of this because my daughter, she wants crab dip also. So I got to double the recipe so I can preserve some on the side for her, okay? Now these other ingredients that y'all see, the sweet Hungarian sweet paprika, that's kind of hard to find. Every store doesn't have it, but I know Whole Foods, Fresh Markets usually have it, or you can order it online for $3 and some change from Amazon. We don't have to worry about this till last. Parsley flakes, this is going to go on last. This is going to go on the topping of, this is going to be the topping of the crab dip. Now, for those of you who love your food spicy, you are more than welcome to add 2 drops of your favorite hot sauce. Tabasco, Crystal, Texas Pete, whatever your preference. I'm not going to be doing it, period. I don't like spicy stuff. I cannot enjoy spicy food. But for those who love a little spice in it, hey, you know, do you. Also, I have my green onions here. Again, I'm going to be using this last as well. This is just to make it look a little extra prettier, to make it a lot more fancy instead of fancy. We're going to say fancy. So it's just to bring your dish out and make your food look a little bit more appealing and appeasing. And of course, you know, I got my ground black pepper. Just to give it a little spice, but like I said, I don't care for the hot sauce thing. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and start putting everything into our KitchenAid mixer that I have here on the side, y'all. Now for those of you who don't have a KitchenAid mixer, do not worry. You can use a regular mixer that you use to mix cake, as long as it has, like I said, you know, whatever they call the little the beaters. That's the main thing, because you want your food and your you want the cream and you want the crab meat to blend. But when it comes to putting the crab in, we're not going to put it into the end because we want to fold it. We don't want the crab meat to be put in the mix while the mixer is going, because the mixer is going to overly shred the crab meat, and that we don't want. So let's go ahead and get all our ingredients blended together so we can make this happen. We can get this crab dip started. Now keep in mind, go ahead and please set your oven to 350, 375 while we're doing this. That way your oven is already ready to go when we're done mixing the crab mixture together. So let's go ahead and start mixing up everything. Everything is already blended and mixed together except for the crab meat. Okay, so please do not put crab meat in at this point in time, because you're going to overly shred it, and that we don't want. And of course, don't put your ingredients in that you're going to be putting on the top, the paprika, the parsley, and the green onions here, you save that to the end. Now if you, again, you love your food spicy, this is the time to put in your drops of hot sauce. Now to me, that looks like a nice little dip blend. Yeah, that looks pretty good. But I'm going to just go ahead and just whip it just a little bit more. KitchenAid ain't no joke, honey. I love it. Alright. So we should be good to go. Now we're going to get ready to add our crab meat in, y'all. Now with the crab meat, we're not going to want the attachments added because, again, it's going to overly shred the meat. All right, y'all. All my shredded ingredients, all my shredded crab has been added to the mixture. I have my imitation crab meat, my real crab meat, and my claw crab meat. Okay, so I cheated. I just threw a little bit more Old Bay on there. I just sprinkled a little bit and some ground pepper. That's all I did. Now with this part, you're going to fold it. We're not going to let the spatula, we're not going to use the attachment on this part because we don't want the crab meat broken apart, broken up in little itty bitty pieces. We're not going to want that. So what you're going to do is fold and fold and fold. That's all. We just want to make sure it's well incorporated and blended. That's it. See how I'm just like folding it, flipping it. I'm not mixing it up like it's a cake batter. So see, that looks good. That looks good. I hope I didn't overdo it with the crab meat, y'all. I'm real extra with crab and cheese. Oh my gosh. And with my new high blood pressure, I sure got to take it easy with this stuff, y'all. All right, so we're going to get ready to go ahead and put it on in the dish. It looks good. It looks well incorporated and blended. So let's go ahead and put this dip into our dish. And again, if you're at an event, a pretty glass dish would definitely set it off. But yeah, just make sure you pick a good dish to get ready to put your dip in, because we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven. All right, y'all, we're almost getting down to the wire. This is the dish that I've chosen to put my crab dip in. Now, with that being said, what I meant to tell y'all earlier when we start the recipe is that when you first measure your cheese, put the small percentage aside, the 1/4 of it, because that's what you're going to sprinkle on it at the very end. But if you didn't, that's fine. You just have to sprinkle a little bit on top of the crab dip. Okay, so nevertheless, hopefully I ain't put too much cheese in this bad boy, but then again, you can never have too much cheese. So this is when we put our last final ingredients on the top. Just a little bit of parsley and a little bit of the paprika. Want to give it that pretty little coloring added to it. And that's about it. Now we're going to put this in the oven for 25 minutes or 30, depending on the oven. But if this is your first time, just start off doing 20 minutes. And if it still looks a little undone, then you can increase it to 5 more minutes, just so you can get a feel of how your oven will respond to your crab dip. So let's go ahead and put it on in and see what happens. All right, y'all, this is the finished product of the Maryland hot crab dip, y'all. As y'all can see, I cut up the little green onions on top of the crab dip and just kind of sprinkled over it, just just to give it a little extra oomph. So what we're getting ready to do, y'all, we're going to smash into this because we want to see how good this looks. Yes. So all you have to do is set little bowls aside for your guests, and I'm just going to dip into it and give it a little taste. I'm just using Tostitos chips. Oh goodness, y'all, it is so creamy, cheesy. OMG. This would definitely set the party off, y'all. I'm about to dive into this, honey. Yes, it is slamming. Honey, I'll take somebody's husband with this, honey. Yes, I will steal your man with this dip, honey. See that imitation crab, that cheese. We have a winner, y'all. So anyway, y'all, let me know if I wasn't thorough with this recipe. If I wasn't thorough with the measurements, please let me know. If I wasn't thorough, please let me know in case there's extra measurements that I wasn't specific with. If you need for me to add the ingredients in the comments below, I would be glad to do so. But anyway, y'all, this is your girl, your diva and knowledge, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth, and I'm going to always break you off a slice of knowledge. And thank y'all for viewing my segment, Mocha Can Cook, Maryland Crab Dip. Y'all have a blessed one. Take care. Bye.